Hello, this is Sarah. Today I wanted to have a chit chat with you. It's my last time that I see this sofa. Somebody's gonna come and get it out of this place, so I'm taking the time to do one or two videos on moving. First of all, I wanted to tell you a little bit how it went, our trip to the Netherlands. If you don't remember, I mentioned that Stefano is in the Netherlands right now, and I went to visit him or to see him for a week. The purpose of that week was to try to see some houses and try to rent a house. What it ended up happening is that when you go to the Netherlands, you need to register. You need a number, what is called a BSN number. And in order to have this number, you need a permanent place. You need to rent a place. So we didn't know this particular detail, and we rented a place for 2 months, and it was a vacation house. And when you went to register, they said you cannot do that. So we found ourselves that we had to find a flat like in that week that I was there. So this was the situation we were in, and I took a long trip with Emilia. It was like 10 hours of train. And I got there. Stefano came to get us at the train station, and we had like another hour of drive. But this hour of drive became like 4 hours stuck in a highway because of an accident. Everything was stopped. Maybe the accident was too bad. And we ended up doing a U-turn in the highway, but it was like a tough 4 hours because after 10 hours of train with Emilia, those last hours were a nightmare. And then the next day I broke my phone, so I thought this is bad luck, like bad sign. I'm not superstitious at all, but all these things were like getting into me. And Stefan said, come with me, I'm going to show you another place that we haven't seen. He had not seen it either. We're going to visit there and see if that place is better for us, because we had the choice between a big city and some smaller towns. We are not big people that like to live in big cities, I think, because of the traffic and the commute that comes with it. So we had then the choice between two small towns. One, we knew that we didn't like it. There is some kind of production that we found about, and we don't want to live in an area where the air is not that good, it's a little bit polluted. And secondly, we simply didn't like it. It felt like a shanty town. So we went to visit this other place, which I was sure is going to be just the same. My attitude, like, yeah, positivity, yeah, sometimes I get very pessimistic, so, and we went there anyways. I suddenly liked it because it felt like a city, like a small city, like the one that we are now. So I liked it, and we said, well, let's check the school, and we went to check the school. It was a Sunday, the school was closed, but we could enter in the areas of the school. Kind of liked it. It was like a huge park and places for the kids to play. Inside, you could see inside, everything was tidy and it seemed nice, like a nice environment for Emilia. And what I liked the most was a small school. And with respect to the other one that we had been visiting, that was a big school and with a lot of kids. And I'm hoping this one is slightly more like a cozy, familiar school. And the reason why I like it is because this is the kind of school that she's now in. And maybe I'm hoping, like, and first of all, we like it this way. And secondly, I'm hoping that she will, I think she will feel better in a similar environment, like a small environment where everybody knows everybody. So we thought, well, this looks nice on the surface, but how can we know if it's a good school? What we did is stop some people outside the school. Well, one person actually, but the man that answered to us, he said very good things. I mean, given that it was like a casual, random situation, meeting with a person randomly. I think he was sincere, and I mean, there's no reason to lie. If you don't like a school, you would say it. Finally, I got in touch with the director of the school, and she said there is place for Emilia, so that's good. And it's in French, so she doesn't have to have all the changes at the same time. I will talk about trilingualism later on in some videos, but for now we are deciding to keep her in French. And this is why the school is so important, and also where we locate ourselves is important. So that was like the most positive thing of this trip, and it was a relief for me as well. In the Netherlands, when we were there, it rained a lot, and it rained to a point that you feel like this because you stay in the house and you don't see a lot of light. Here, where we are now in Switzerland, it's like a permanent sunshine, so it's a huge adjustment. But what I notice is that when the clouds go away and there is sunshine, it's like you feel like I'm breathing again, and I have to do something about it, and I don't want to miss it. And so you enjoy a lot those moments of the day where there is sunshine. For the house, we went to see. We had 3 houses booked. One was a house in the big city, and when we went there, we saw that it was like an area where it was totally outside the city. There were like houses. When it came the moment to enter in the house, we didn't like the area outside, but then we thought, okay, maybe it's spacious and whatever. So Stefano entered inside, and I was in the phone call. It took me 2-3 minutes to close the phone and ring the bell. And Stefano said, "Come on, we are leaving." And he was upset. I was like, "What? What happened?" He said, "We are leaving. It's not for us." And I said, "But let me see." He said, "No, I don't want you to." What happened actually is that he entered inside, and in Netherlands they have carpets in the floor, and there was nothing, but also the walls were all dirty, and everything would have to be arranged by us. It was very decadent place, very ugly, and that upset him, and he said, "I'm not gonna live there with my family." He didn't like it. He said no straight away. And then I found myself in front of the lady who showed the house, and I said, "I'm sorry," and then we left. We went to see another house, which was in the middle of nowhere. It was like a huge, nice house, very old looking and old fashioned, everything there was old. It was a house for only 6 months because it was a house on sale. So if we had moved there, we would have to stay there, but with the whole kind of being uncomfortable because people had to look around the house, and it had a nice thing. It had a huge garden. I thought, well, okay, maybe that's okay. But if we had stayed in that place, we had been for 6 months, maybe, with a lot of commute for Emilia's school, and yeah, in a very isolated place. And the thing is that I don't currently drive, so staying in an isolated place and I don't drive would have put a lot of pressure on Stefano. So I wasn't that sure, although Stefano was more like, okay, we can get it and then we will arrange later. Then we checked also in this small town, that's where the school, Emilia's school, was close by, and we checked if there is something, and all the things to rent that we could see online, they look like crap places, very small, 45 meter squares, like a studio. We didn't like that either because it was very high in a building that was very tall building. But when we went to see it, it looked okay. The view was nice, and it had a dishwasher because that was the most important thing in my mind. I mean, we had no choice. These were the choices, and we had to choose something because in 2 weeks Stefano had to move, and you just not that you find flats all kind of staying there for you. So we took that, and so the thing is that I did the mistake to ask the person who was showing us the house. I said, "Who lived here before?" And he told me it's an old lady that she's very sick now and she's in a home care kind of stuff. So it's like, I don't know how to say the feeling, but it's kind of a sad feeling. You're going to a home that was belonging to somebody. She lived there for a long time, he said, but now she's dying. How sad is that? And we have a huge problem there because it's on the 8th floor, on the balcony. It's very dangerous, we feel, and also Amelia's room is very dangerous because she can open, and so between her and the window, so what I'm trying to say, the window has no any protection. So if she opens, yeah, hopefully she will never try to open it. But it's dangerous, and we have thought of any possibilities how to close it. We cannot close everything because there wouldn't be light. The light comes from the balcony and from the windows, so we cannot kind of close everything. It would be weird. But we need a way to make it safe, so I'm gonna show you some pictures, and if you want to suggest me anything that you have, if you had dealt with it or anything, that would be great. Yeah, this is all I wanted to update you on. When I was there, I like Netherlands. There is nothing wrong with Netherlands itself, but the thing that I feel is that I love here, and that's the difference. So when I say it's hard, it's not hard because Netherlands is a bad country. That's not true. I would say the contrary. People there are open and kind. My problem is that here I felt in love with the place, and I don't know how to leave this place. I don't know how, because yeah, I really will miss this place. So I hope this wasn't too long. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like videos like this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.